Hello, everybody. This is Coach Allison, and I am back with your Defy Aging workout for week 12. And this week we are going to be doing stations. You are going to be rotating around the turf. There's only 4 stations, but at each station there is actually 2 exercises that's going to be set up as a superset. So you're going to be doing those 2 exercises back to back for interval times of 40 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 3 rounds. So you'll actually stay at one station for those 3 rounds before you move on to the next station. And there should be enough equipment where you can just have your own equipment within each station doing kind of your own thing. So you shouldn't have to share equipment or swap equipment back and forth with anybody, because you will have to probably have a few people at your station with you, because again, there is only 4 stations. But yeah, so that is kind of a little bit different. Yes, we do have stations, but you're not really rotating constantly. Again, you will be at one station for 3 rounds of 40 seconds on, 30 seconds off, going back to back between 2 exercises. That is what makes up a superset. So a little bit different this week. I think it'll be kind of fun, kind of different. But we do in total have 8 exercises, so let's get to some demonstrations. Okay, so station 1, the superset at station 1 is going to be a seesaw overhead press. So you'll do that for 40 seconds. And then a forward box run, and you'll do that for 40 seconds. So the seesaw overhead press, weight in each hand, palms are going to be turned in for this instead of forward. And that just works better for the seesaw pattern, because I want to point out that for this week, for the seesaw press, we do want to emphasize speed as opposed to like slow and controlled, and so as opposed to going heavy. So you might want to think about going a little bit lighter than you might normally go. So for the seesaw overhead press, it is going to look like this. So see how I am kind of emphasizing speed a little more than if we were going to kind of normally go slow and controlled like this. So do go a little bit lighter, because it is 40 seconds. And they move simultaneously. While one arm is going up, the other arm is going down. So they are moving. That's the seesaw pattern. So you'll do that, and you don't even have to do a full extension. See how I'm stopping the up arm about here? That is also going to help kind of emphasize the speed. Okay, so that is the seesaw overhead press. You take your 30-second rest, and then even if you have your station maxed out at 3 people, if you have your session maxed out at 12, there should be enough of these boxes for everyone to have one. Or if we have those smaller ones that are half the size, you can double that up to make about this height. Because for the forward box run, again, of this, we want to emphasize speed once again, as opposed to height, because we want to go for speed with this. So we do want something on the lower side. So we aren't going to use one of the tall boxes, because it's going to look like this. You want to be kind of running it kind of a nice steady pace, up, up, down, down, whereas a higher box, you would need to slow that down a little bit. So that's your forward box run. I don't care what leg you start with. You don't have to worry about alternating sides or anything, because we're just going for the run, for the speed, for the cardio effect. I don't care what leg you start with. You can alternate legs each new round if you'd like to. Doesn't matter. So that is the superset, seesaw overhead press, and then the forward box run, station 1. Okay, station 2, the superset, the 2 exercises in the superset at station 2 is burpees. I know we did them last week. We're going to do them again. Burpees and a kettlebell sumo squat. So I'll show you the incline version first. And again, even if we have maxed out at 3 people needed at each station, we should be able to have enough incline options if everyone needs the incline modification for a burpee. So we should have 3 benches or boxes of some sort. So incline burpee, if we did them last week, if everyone was here last week, we all know them, but I'll go through them again. Hands down first, we jump the feet back into a plank, jump the feet back in, and then we come up with a jump. So all 3 of those jumps, that all makes 1 rep. We're not counting reps. So again, back, in, up, back, in, up. You can take any of those jumps, pardon me, and turn, if there's any impact issues, turn any of them into steps or all of them into steps. That would look like this. We step back, we step in, and then we reach up instead of doing a jump. sometimes we can do some of the jumps and not all. So let's say we can jump back okay, but then we step in and reach up. You can mix and match the steps and the jumps. Now, if we're able to take this to something a little lower, great. Or maybe we're able to go all the way to the floor. That'll look like this. Hands down to the floor, jump back in, come up with a jump. That is a full burpee all the way down to the floor. So you do whatever level is appropriate for you. So that's the first exercise, 40 seconds of that. We take a 30-second break. We go on to a kettlebell sumo squat. This week is mainly focused on cardio. So we're going to grab something on the lighter side. Again, for our sumo squat, we're not emphasizing weight this week. So I have grabbed a 10 here. Sumo squat, legs wide, toes pointed, angled out slightly. And make sure those knees track outward and they don't kind of cave in like this. The knees should go out and, pardon me, and end right over the ankle like this. And we want a nice, consistent pace. So notice how I'm not pausing at the top. So I'm not coming up, stop, up, stop. That's what we don't want, because we do want to emphasize, again, the consistency, the swiftness, the cardio here. So we just want non-stop movement. Soon as I straighten those legs, I go right back down. That's another reason we're going on the lighter side with the weight. Okay, burpees, kettlebell sumo squat, that is superset 2. All right, station 3 or superset 3, walking lunges. And I know we had the reverse lunges last week. Forward walking lunges and superset with band bicep curls. Okay, so walking lunges. Your coach will have a little track or trek, whatever pathway set up for you for the lunges. Big step forward, bend both knees up together, other foot goes forward, both knees bend, keep going forward. Just go just as low as you're able. I was going pretty much all the way down. That's not a requirement. So, if you're able to get about halfway down, great. But you have to look out for bending the front knee, but not the back knee. So you look out for that. By that, I mean doing this. So I'm bending my front knee, but not my back knee. That's on the lunge. That's that's a stretch. So look out for that. Hopefully the coaches are able to set this up somewhere where, if needed, people can be near a wall or a rack while they're doing these, to place a hand on for balance if needed. Make sure that back foot doesn't turn out to the side like this, because that puts we've gone over all this before, but just a reminder, that puts a not great angle on your ankle, and then that turns your knee, and that turns your hip, and it's just not good. So we do need that back foot to be straight, so it allows you to roll up onto the toes like this. So keep all that stuff in mind. Don't hinge at your hip, so don't do this where you stick your hips back and your body forward. Instead, we want those hips in line, tall, straight posture. Okay, so that is our walking lunge. That's exercise 1. The second one after the break is a band bicep curl. So everyone will, wherever you end with your lunges, come on back. The bands will be waiting on the floor for you. Step on the band, bicep curl. And again, as with everything, this week we are emphasizing a little bit of speed, except for the lunges, slow and controlled lunges because of the balance component. But when we get to the curls here, notice how I'm not stopping at the top or bottom. So you might need to grab a lighter band than normal, or you can step on the band with just one foot. And what that does is release the tension a little bit, just a little. So it makes the band feel just a little bit lighter, the resistance feel lighter. But notice how I'm not stopping at the bottom for like that 1 second break. If you need to towards the end of the 40 seconds because the muscles are getting tired, that's okay. But as a goal, we're trying to just have consistent, swift pace, no break. Really fatigue those muscles. So that is our third station, walking lunges, band bicep curls. Okay, fourth and final superset, jumping jacks and a standard low plank. So jumping jacks, we all know, we can go for the full jump, or we can do it step jack style. So we're taking out the impact. So with a step jack, do a full step. So I am starting my body here, ending it here, versus a toe tap. Toe taps isn't wrong by any means. The step jack will just get you more body movement, so you're going to get more out of that. Either way, though, if you're doing the full jumping jack or the step jack, do go for nice full arm swings and just nice big leg movements, because that's again going to get you more out of it. What I mean by that is we're trying to just kind of avoid little arm movements, little steps, little arms. Really get into it. Full arms, full legs. Same with the steps. Full arms, full legs. Get those arms moving, get those shoulders moving, get the heart rate up. That's going to get you the most out of it. Okay? And then the low plank. Low doesn't mean you can do a low plank on an incline. Low just means you're doing a standard forearm plank as opposed to on the hands. So you can do that on an incline. Take your bench. Okay, if you're doing an incline plank, make sure your body position is level like mine, so we're not sagging like this, and we're not, up like this. Okay, so you have a nice straight line from your neck down to your heels. And of course, we can take it down to the floor, do a full floor plank. Same cues apply. We're not sagging down, and we're not butts not up in the air like this. Either one that you do, though, make sure you have a neutral neck. And to make sure you're doing that, just make sure you're not drooping your head. So your head is not doing this. See this a lot with planks. Okay, so keep your head up. Just think about like you're aiming your nose straight down at the floor, if that helps. So that'll keep your neck nice and neutral. Ooh, I did all sorts of stuff to my hair. So that is the fourth and final superset. Forgot the jumping jacks and a low plank. Okay, team, that is week 12 for Defy Aging. Hope you enjoy the superset breakdown this week, a little bit different, and see you back next week.